welcome back to our channel. Well, on day 4, we landed in Saint Croix. Adele and I have never been to Saint Croix before, so we didn't know what to expect. And we decided on this day that we would just walk into town and walk around trying to look for some images. Quite a long dock, but it was enjoyable with the nice breeze. But on the way down, we saw people looking into the water, taking pictures of, look, green sea turtles. I was so shocked to see these beautiful turtles swimming right next to the cruise ship and right at the surface too, so I was able to capture quite a few really nice images of these turtles. They were young turtles. They probably were only about 2.5 feet long, but just hanging out right there by the dock. Once on land, I found this beautiful old building with a little rustic texture to it and a green shutter hanging off the window, and I thought that would make a beautiful photograph. As we were walking along the seawall, I kept looking at the beautiful water and the coral rocks that are meeting the water, and trying to find a view that I thought was nice, and took quite a few pictures where the water's meeting these coral rocks. Also here trying to get that sailboat in the rocks. But I did manage to find a couple views that I really liked. The water was just so beautiful that I just wanted to jump right in. And unfortunately, this trip we didn't do any snorkeling, and I wish that we did because I really enjoy that. But we didn't bring our gear with us, and we'll just have to do it another time. Well, as I went out on this pier, there was a couple small fishing boats out at the end, but they were somewhat modern, so I really didn't see anything exciting there. But what I was looking at in the water was some small tarpon, and I yelled out tarpon, and my wife says, "Dolphins, turtles." I said, "No, tarpon." I guess she just couldn't hear me. But I was hoping for more rustic looking things. You just never know what you're going to find when you're looking. Well, that was about it for taking pictures in the town area of Saint Croix, but when we were coming back to the cruise ship, again, there's the turtles. So, took out the camera again and took several photos. Now, when the turtle went underwater, it was very distorted, but when it came back up to the surface to take a breath, that's when I really got some nice pictures of it. And we have a few printed already in our gallery on Canal Street. Well, we've made it to St. Kitts. We're in the process of docking right now. Plan today is to get in a taxi, have it take us around this beautiful island and hopefully capture some photographs.
here we have little bend. In England they have big bend. Yeah. This is our little bend right here. Better known as the Barkley Memorial.
Our first stop was the Wingfield Estate. This was a rum distillery since 1681, and it's believed to be the oldest rum distillery still intact in the Caribbean. Well, excuse us for the noise in the background, but there was people there with cutting the grass, weed eaters, so on and so forth. So unfortunately couldn't do anything about that, but it was a beautiful place.
Okay, that's
and a lot of history here.
The rum tasting.
Yeah, I saw some things in there.
Now, right next door to the Wingfield Estate is Romney Manor.
Morning.
Now, this property was owned by Sam Jefferson many years ago.
Okay.
He was the great-great-great-grandfather of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. Beautiful grounds here, lush
Pretty
tropical
palm trees.
vegetation. And it's up on a hill, so there is some really beautiful views out to the ocean in certain areas. And we have limited time when we're doing this travel photography, so
Oh, I like the house a
I do
lot.
rush around trying to find something that catches my eye. And there was a lot of color here, but we noticed the building, the house, had some neat shutters on it, so we captured a few photographs of the shutters on the house. And they also had ladies inside working on a material they call batik, and they use beeswax and different dyes to make beautiful patterns on these fabrics that they sell. So that was something really neat. But here I'm taking photographs of the shutters on this old building. And Estelle's painting around, seeing all the beautiful flowers. Occasionally I do take pictures of flowers, but it's not subject matter that I really am into, but they definitely have their beauty. Here I'm taking photographs of this 400-year-old tree they call a salmon tree. It reminded me of a live oak tree, and I'm not sure if it's related to a live oak, but it certainly had branches similar to a live oak. But right behind it, you can see the ocean. And it's obviously up on this hill, kind of a hill that tilts down to the left. But such a grand tree, just an absolutely beautiful tree to photograph. And I think it was just blooming. And here on the left is the batik, this beautifully colorful patterns on this material. Kind of reminds me of kicked up tie-dye. Our very last stop was Tom's Overlook. And this is a stunningly beautiful view of St. Kitts and Nevis in the far background there. It's a tall hill, very breezy. You've got the Atlantic Ocean there to your left, which is a lot rougher, and then you've got the Caribbean Sea to your right there. Tried to take quite a few pictures of this, and I was trying to find a view that I really liked with this road that kind of snakes through the picture and leads your eye towards the island of Nevis. We had a really strong breeze rolling up the hill, so we did mute the sound because it was just kind of annoying. But just one of the most beautiful views I think I've ever seen in the Caribbean so far. I think we were gone for at least 2 hours, maybe a little bit more, for around $80, which I thought was a good deal. Did quite a bit of driving. So on to the next island soon. Well, we just arrived in St. Martin. Adele and I have been there several times before, maybe 3 times. So we weren't planning on traveling over to the Dutch or French side this time. We were just going to get off the ship, check out the area close to the ship to see if there's any images there that I felt would be nice. Did like these palm trees that we saw. I took a few pictures of them, but kind of just stuck around that area. So we're here in St. Martin, and Adele and I have been here a couple times before. It's not our favorite port. It's just a lot of shopping. So we came back to the ship, and there's these 2 beautiful sailboats out here racing around in full sail, and you never know what you're going to find. And so we're capturing images of these sailboats as they cross paths.